She's home now. Claire read the words on the basement screen. 8 monitors showed live video feeds of her house. Kitchen. Bedroom. Her daughter's room upstairs. The chat window scrolled fast with strangers watching right now. Her hands shook. The screen flickered once and new text appeared in bright letters. Don't turn around yet. Someone was streaming their family to the internet. Who was watching them?
Before we begin, please subscribe and like, it really helps. Wishing you health and happiness. All right, let's begin.
Chapter 2: The Blueprint. Claire climbed the basement stairs slowly. Her legs felt heavy. Each step creaked under her weight like a warning she should have heard years ago. The house sat quiet around her. Too quiet. She could hear the refrigerator humming 2 rooms away. The clock in the hallway ticked louder than it ever had before. These were the same sounds she heard every day. But now they felt like a stranger's breathing in the dark. She reached the kitchen and pulled out her laptop. The county assessor's website loaded slowly. She typed in their address. The property records appeared on screen. Floor plan attached. She clicked it open. The blueprint showed everything. Living room. Kitchen. 3 bedrooms upstairs. Garage. 1 basement. Just 1 basement. A simple rectangle with stairs marked in the corner. No hidden room. No game setup behind a false wall. No space for 6 monitors and a streaming station. The room she just left did not exist on paper. Her husband Ethan had handled all the paperwork when they bought this house. He said he wanted to spare her the hassle. He was good at details like that. Always protecting her from boring adult tasks. She scrolled through the permit history. Nothing. No renovation permits. No electrical upgrades. No construction notices filed with the city. Someone built that room off the books. Someone who knew exactly how to hide it. Claire closed the laptop. Her hands were shaking again. She walked to the laundry room and opened the dryer. The clothes inside were still damp. She had started this load yesterday morning. Before everything changed. Before she found the screens. She pulled out a tangled ball of fabric and began separating the pieces. Her navy cardigan. Ethan's work shirt. Lily's school uniform. Then her fingers touched something silky. She pulled it free. A cream-colored blouse. The one Marisol wore on Thursdays. Claire kept pulling. Black lace appeared next. Underwear. Women's underwear that did not belong to her. And wrapped around it was Ethan's gray dress shirt. The one he claimed he spilled coffee on last week. The one he said he already threw in the wash himself. She dropped everything back into the dryer. Her stomach twisted. She walked to the bathroom and splashed cold water on her face. The mirror showed a woman she barely recognized. Dark circles under her eyes. Hair she forgot to brush this morning. Lips pressed into a thin line that looked more like her mother every day. That night Ethan came home at his usual time. 6:15. He kissed her cheek. He asked about her day. His voice sounded normal, warm. The same voice that read bedtime stories to Lily every night. The same voice that whispered he loved her in the dark. She watched him move through the kitchen. He grabbed a beer from the fridge. He loosened his tie. He scrolled through his phone with his thumb. Everything looked ordinary, but she noticed things she never noticed before. The way he angled his phone away from her. The way his eyes flicked to the basement door twice during dinner. The way he checked his watch 4 times in 20 minutes. After Lily went to bed, Claire sat on the couch with a book she was not reading. Ethan said he needed a shower. She heard the water running upstairs. He came down 30 minutes later wearing clean pajamas. His hair was still damp. He smelled like her lavender soap. He sat beside her and turned on the television. They watched in silence for an hour. Then he stood and said he forgot something. He went back upstairs. The water started running again. A second shower. At 10:30 at night. When she went up to bed, he was already under the covers. His phone was not on the nightstand where he usually left it. She slid into bed beside him. He was asleep, or pretending to be. She waited until his breathing slowed into the rhythm she knew so well. Then she leaned over slightly. His hand was tucked under his pillow. She could see the glow of a screen through the thin fabric. He was holding his phone. In his sleep, or in his lie, Claire lay in the dark and stared at the ceiling. The house settled around them with its usual creaks and sighs. But now every sound felt like a question she could not answer. The heating vent clicked on. The foundation groaned. Somewhere downstairs a floorboard popped. And beneath it all she swore she could hear the faint hum of electronics running in a room that did not exist. A room where strangers were still watching. Still waiting. Still sending messages into the dark. Chapter 3: The Second Phone. Claire waited until Saturday morning. Ethan took Lily to soccer practice. The house was hers for 90 minutes. She moved quickly through the bedroom. She checked the nightstand first. Just his regular phone charging on top. She opened the drawer. Old receipts. Loose change. A book he started 3 years ago and never finished. Nothing. She checked under the mattress. Under the bed. Behind the dresser. The closet shelf held only sweaters and shoeboxes. She was about to give up when she noticed his gym bag in the corner. The one he took to the office twice a week. She unzipped it. Workout clothes. Deodorant. Protein bars. Then her fingers hit something hard at the bottom beneath a rolled-up towel. A phone. Not his regular phone. This one had a black case. No stickers. No scratches. She pulled it out and pressed the power button. The screen lit up. No lock code. That surprised her. Ethan was careful about security. This phone wanted to be found. Or maybe he just never expected her to look. The home screen was empty except for 3 apps. Messages, photos, and something called Stream Hub. 12 notifications sat unread at the top. She tapped the first one. A message from an unsaved number. Just an emoji. A game controller. She opened the thread. The last message was timestamped yesterday at 9:42 p.m. 3 words. 10 p.m. tonight. Same room as before. No mistakes this time. Her throat went dry. She scrolled up. More messages. All from the same number. All short. All using that same cold tone that made her skin crawl. Package sent. Use new equipment only. Viewer count good. Keep angles tight on family. Payment Friday. Bitcoin like before. Usual amount. Claire's hands were shaking so hard she nearly dropped the phone. Bitcoin. Payments. Equipment. This was not an affair. This was business. She opened the Photos app. The main gallery was empty. But there was a hidden album locked with a 4-digit code. She tried Lily's birthday. Wrong. She tried their anniversary. Wrong. Then she tried the house number. The album opened. 73 photos. She scrolled slowly. Most were screenshots of video feeds. Her kitchen. Her living room. Lily's bedroom. But the angles were wrong. These were not the angles from the basement monitors. These were taken from somewhere else. Somewhere higher. She zoomed in on one photo. Lily was sleeping in her bed. The camera was positioned near the ceiling corner. Right where the smoke detector hung. Claire looked up at her own bedroom ceiling. The smoke detector was there. Small. White. Blinking red every 30 seconds like it always had. She had never questioned it. She had never looked closely. How many smoke detectors in this house were really smoke detectors? She kept scrolling. Then she saw the video files. 3 of them. She tapped the first one. No sound. Just shaky footage of Lily playing in the backyard. The camera zoomed in on her face. On her hands. On the way she laughed when the sprinkler hit her. Claire felt sick. She closed the video and opened the second one. This one had sound. Ethan's voice. Low and urgent. Please don't do this. We can work something out here. I'll do whatever you want from now on. A second voice. Distorted. Mechanical. Like someone using a voice changer. You already know the deal. We need better content or you're done. Just leave Lily alone. She's 7 years old. Film me. Film my wife if you have to. But not my daughter, please. Your family is the content. That's what they pay for. Real family. Real stakes. You signed up for this when you needed the money. That was different. I didn't know it would go this far. You knew enough. Now upgrade the equipment like we said. And smile more on camera. You look scared. Viewers don't like that. The video cut off. Claire sat on the bedroom floor. Her chest hurt. She could not breathe right. Ethan was not cheating. He was not sneaking around with Marisol. He was selling their family. Selling their daughter. To strangers on the internet who paid in Bitcoin to watch them sleep and eat and live. And he was scared. He wanted out. But they would not let him out. She heard the garage door opening. They were home. She shoved the phone back into the gym bag and zipped it shut. She ran to the bathroom and turned on the faucet. Her face in the mirror looked gray. She splashed water on her cheeks. Ethan called her name from downstairs. She took a breath and forced her voice steady. Just a minute. She walked down slowly. Lily was at the kitchen table eating apple slices. Ethan was pouring juice. He smiled when he saw her. The same smile he always gave her. But now she saw the edges. The tightness around his mouth. The way his eyes did not quite match the curve of his lips. He was performing. He had been performing for a long time. And she never noticed until now. That night Claire lay awake beside him. He fell asleep quickly. Or pretended to. She waited until midnight. Then she slipped out of bed and went downstairs. The house was dark. She did not turn on any lights. She stood in the living room and looked up. The smoke detector blinked red. She moved to the kitchen. Another one. She went to Lily's room. Another one. 7 smoke detectors in a house that only needed 3. She walked to the basement door. It was locked. Ethan must have locked it after she was down there yesterday. She pressed her ear against the wood. She heard nothing, but she knew the room was still there. Still running. Still streaming. Still watching. A notification sound chimed from upstairs. Soft but clear. Not Ethan's regular phone. The second phone. Someone was texting him right now. At 12:30 in the morning. She climbed the stairs and stood outside their bedroom. She could see the glow under the door. Ethan was awake. He was reading the message. And whatever it said made him get out of bed and walk to the window. She pressed herself against the hallway wall. He stood there for a long time. Just looking out at the dark street. Then he whispered something she barely heard. I'm sorry. She did not know if he was talking to her. Or to Lily. Or to himself. But the words hung in the air like a confession he could not take back. Chapter 4: The Secret Game. Sunday morning felt wrong from the start. Marisol texted at 7. Claire's phone buzzed on the nightstand. She grabbed it before Ethan woke up. The message was short. Not feeling well today, sorry. Can't come in. Marisol never called in sick. In 2 years she missed exactly 1 day. And that was when her grandmother died. Claire texted back. What's wrong? Do you need anything? 3 dots appeared. Then disappeared. Then appeared again. Finally a response. Just tired. Need rest. See you tomorrow maybe. Maybe. Marisol never said maybe. She was the most reliable person Claire knew. Always early. Always prepared. Always smiling when she walked through the door. Claire stared at the message. Something about it felt rehearsed. Like someone told her what to write. Ethan rolled over and reached for his phone. Claire watched him check the screen. His jaw tightened just slightly. Then he set it down and smiled at her. Morning. Marisol's sick. She can't come today. Oh. He sat up and stretched. That's fine. We can manage 1 day without her. He said it too quickly. Too casually. Like he already knew Marisol would not be coming. Like he had been expecting this exact message. Claire kept her voice light. Did she seem okay to you yesterday when we left for soccer? Yeah, seemed normal to me. Why? Just wondering. Ethan got up and headed to the shower. Claire lay there listening to the water run. She checked Marisol's message again. Then she opened their text history. Marisol sent photos sometimes. Lily at the park. Lily drawing pictures. Lily laughing at something funny. Claire scrolled back through the months. Then she noticed something. Every photo Marisol sent was taken from a high angle. Like she was holding the camera above Lily's head. Or like she was standing on something. Or like the camera was mounted somewhere up high. Claire zoomed in on one photo. Lily was coloring at the kitchen table. The angle showed the top of her head. The exact same angle as the smoke detector above the table. She got dressed and went downstairs. Lily was already awake. She sat on the couch in her pajamas watching cartoons. Claire sat beside her. Hey sweetie, Marisol can't come today. She's not feeling good. Lily did not look away from the screen. I know. How do you know that already? She told me yesterday when you guys left. Claire's stomach dropped. What do you mean she told you yesterday? When you went to my soccer game with Daddy. Marisol came over for a little bit. She said she had to say goodbye before she went away. Went away where? She didn't say, but she taught me a new secret game first. So I wouldn't forget her. Claire's mouth went dry. What kind of secret game, honey? Lily finally looked at her. Her eyes were bright, excited. It's called the watching game. You have to find all the little red lights in the house. Marisol said there are 7. I already found 5. Do you want to help me find the rest? Claire forced herself to breathe slowly. Who taught Marisol that game, sweetheart? I don't know. She said someone taught her when she was little. And now she's teaching me. It's really fun, mommy. You have to be super quiet and look really close. The lights blink but only for a second. Like they're winking at you. Ethan walked into the room. He froze when he heard what Lily was saying. His face went pale. Then he smiled and his voice came out too loud. That sounds like a silly game, Lily. How about we play something else today? We could go to the park if you want. Or get ice cream. But I want to finish finding the lights first, Daddy. We can finish later. Let's go get dressed, okay? I'll make pancakes for breakfast. Lily jumped up and ran upstairs. Ethan stared at Claire. She stared back. Neither of them said anything. Then the doorbell rang. They both flinched. Ethan walked to the front door and looked through the peephole. A delivery truck was pulling away. He opened the door. A brown cardboard box sat on the welcome mat. No label. No return address. Just their house number written in black marker. Ethan picked it up. It was light. He brought it inside and set it on the kitchen counter. Claire stood beside him. He did not open it. They just looked at it. Aren't you going to see what it is? Claire asked. I didn't order anything. Maybe it's for me then. Did you order something? No. They stood there for another minute. Then Claire grabbed a knife and cut the tape. She opened the flaps. Packing foam filled the box. She dug through it. Her fingers touched something smooth and hard. She pulled it out. A gaming headset. Brand new. Still wrapped in plastic. Black with red trim. The same kind that sat in the basement. But this one looked more expensive. Higher quality. She set it on the counter. There was something else in the box. A small white envelope. She opened it. Inside was a note card. Just 2 words printed in black ink. Upgrade now. Ethan grabbed the box and shoved it under the sink. His hands were shaking. It's probably spam. Some kind of marketing thing. I'll throw it away later. That's not spam. Claire, please. Not right now. Who sent this to us? I don't know. Yes, you do. You know exactly who sent this. And you know exactly what it means. He turned away from her. His shoulders were tight. His fists clenched at his sides. When he spoke, his voice was barely above a whisper. You need to stop asking questions. Why? Because asking questions makes it worse. For all of us. For Lily especially. Just stop digging. Please. I'm begging you. Claire felt something cold settle in her chest. Fear. Real fear. Not the kind that makes you jump. The kind that makes you freeze. The kind that tells you the danger is already inside your house. Already in your bed. Already holding your hand at the dinner table. She looked at her husband. This man she married. This man she trusted. And she realized she did not know him at all. That afternoon Lily napped on the couch. Claire sat in the kitchen with her laptop. She searched for hidden cameras. For spy equipment. For home surveillance systems you could buy online. She found hundreds. Thousands. Some small enough to fit inside a pen. Inside a clock. Inside a smoke detector. And the reviews were full of people saying how easy they were to install. How nobody ever noticed them. How perfect they were for keeping an eye on things. She closed the laptop. Her head hurt. She went to the bathroom and opened the medicine cabinet. She needed aspirin. She reached for the bottle. Then she noticed the smoke detector on the bathroom ceiling. It was blinking red. Once every 30 seconds. Like a heartbeat. Like a little red eye watching her reach for pills. Watching her cry. Watching her fall apart one piece at a time. That night Ethan locked all the doors early. He checked every window twice. He did not go down to the basement. He stayed upstairs with them. Watching television. Reading a book. Acting normal. But Claire saw the way he kept glancing at his phone. The way he jumped every time it buzzed. The way he kept looking at the front door like he expected someone to walk through it any second. Around midnight they went to bed. Claire pretended to sleep. But she kept her eyes barely open. Watching him. He lay there staring at the ceiling for over an hour. Then his phone lit up under his pillow. He pulled it out carefully. She could not see the screen. But she saw his face. And the fear that broke across it told her everything she needed to know. Whatever message he just received was not good. It was not safe. And it was coming for them whether they were ready or not. Chapter 5 The Wrong Angles Monday morning Claire told Ethan she had a dentist appointment. He believed her. Or pretended to. She left the house at 9 and drove 3 blocks. Then she parked behind a grocery store and pulled out the second phone. She had taken it from his gym bag while he showered. She knew she had maybe an hour before he noticed. Maybe less. Her hands were already sweating. The phone unlocked with no code like before. She went straight to the hidden album. The one with 73 photos. She had only looked at a few yesterday. Now she needed to see everything. The first 20 photos were screenshots. Video feeds of their house from different angles. Kitchen. Living room. Lily's bedroom. But something was different about these images. She zoomed in close on one. Lily sitting at her desk doing homework. The camera angle came from above and slightly behind. Like someone filming from the ceiling corner. But it was not the same angle as the basement monitors. She opened another photo. Lily sleeping in bed. This angle was different too. Lower. Closer. Like the camera was mounted on the wall near her pillow. Claire counted 7 different angles of Lily's bedroom alone. 7 cameras in one small room. Watching a 7-year-old girl sleep and play and change clothes and exist in the only place she should feel safe. Claire's vision blurred. She blinked hard. She kept scrolling. Photo 31 made her stop. It was a screenshot of a chat window. Viewer messages scrolling past. She read them and her stomach turned. Get closer to the kid. We're paying for close-ups here. What time does she usually take a bath tonight? Tell the mom to come in more. We want family scenes, not just the girl alone. Is the nanny still there? Bring her back. Viewers loved her. Claire dropped the phone on the passenger seat. She opened the car door and vomited into the parking lot. She stayed bent over for a long time. Breathing hard. Her mouth tasted like metal. Her whole body shook. She grabbed a water bottle from the back seat and rinsed her mouth. Then she picked up the phone again. She had to see the rest. She had to know everything. The video files started at photo 40. She opened the first one. No sound, just footage of Lily in the bathtub. The camera angle came from above. The video was short, 15 seconds. Then it cut off. Claire felt rage burn through her fear. Someone was selling videos of her daughter. Someone was making money off a child. And that someone might be her husband. Or might be controlling her husband. She did not know which was worse. She opened the next video. This one had sound, Ethan's voice. And he was begging, "Please listen to me. We can't keep doing this. It's not safe anymore." Claire is starting to notice things. She found the basement room yesterday. She saw the monitors. The second voice was distorted. Mechanical. Cold. That's your problem to manage. We don't care about your wife. We care about content. And content needs to keep flowing or you know what happens next. I can pay you back the money. Every cent. Just give me time. Please. I made a mistake getting involved with this. But my daughter shouldn't pay for my mistake. She's innocent here. Your daughter is the product. That's what the subscribers want. That's what they're paying for. Real family. Real surveillance. Real stakes. You knew this when you signed up 2 years ago. I didn't know it would go this far. You said it was just basic home content. You said nobody would ever know. You said it was harmless. But now you want cameras in her bathroom? You want us to perform? That's not what I agreed to do. You agreed to whatever we needed when you took $50,000 to pay off your gambling debts. Remember? You were 3 weeks away from losing this house. 3 weeks away from your wife finding out you drained their savings on poker sites. We saved you, and now you pay us back by giving us what we want. It's simple math here. Stay with me now, because what comes next changes everything about this story. Ethan's voice broke. Just don't touch Lily. Film me. Film Claire if you have to. But Lily stays out of it from now on. I'll do anything. I'll upgrade the equipment like you want. I'll smile. I'll perform. Whatever you need. Just promise me she's safe. We don't make promises. We make content. And your daughter makes good content. The subscribers love her. Viewer counts are highest when she's on camera. That's just data. That's business. You want out? Fine. Pay us back the $50,000. Plus interest. Plus 2 years of hosting fees. Plus compensation for lost revenue. Should come to about $200,000 total. You got that kind of money lying around now? Silence. Then Ethan again. Quieter. Defeated. No. Then smile for the camera. And tell your wife to stop snooping. Or we'll have to move things to the next level. And nobody wants that. Trust me. The video ended. Claire sat in the car staring at nothing. Her whole world had just flipped over. Ethan was not a predator. He was a victim. Or maybe he was both. He made a choice 2 years ago. A choice to save himself by selling his family. And now he was trapped. They were all trapped. In a house full of cameras. Streaming to strangers. And the people running this operation did not care about anything except money. Except content. Except keeping the show running no matter what it cost. Claire opened the next video file. And this one made her heart stop. It was recent. Maybe yesterday. The camera showed their driveway. A car pulled up. A red sedan. The door opened. Marisol stepped out. But she was not alone. A man got out of the driver's side. He wore a black jacket and sunglasses. He walked Marisol to the front door. He said something. She nodded. He handed her something. A small box. She put it in her purse. Then he got back in the car and waited. Marisol rang the doorbell. Claire recognized this moment. This was Saturday morning, right before they left for Lily's soccer game. Marisol talked to Lily for 5 minutes. Then she left. And the man in the black jacket drove away. But the camera kept recording. And 10 minutes later the same red sedan came back. It parked across the street. And it sat there, for hours, just watching their house, watching them leave, watching them come back, watching everything. Claire's phone buzzed. Her real phone. A text from Ethan. "Where are you? You've been gone a long time. Everything okay?" She stared at the message. She did not know how to answer. She did not know what was safe to say anymore. Every word she typed could be seen by someone else. Every conversation could be monitored. Every breath she took inside that house was being recorded and sold and watched by strangers. Who paid good money to see a family destroy itself one day at a time? She typed back. "Dentist took longer than expected. On my way home now." She deleted the hidden album photos from the phones recently viewed. She cleared the video history. She locked the screen. Then she drove home knowing that when she walked through that door she would have to pretend everything was normal. She would have to smile. And act. And perform. Because if she did not, whoever was watching might decide to take things to the next level. And she had no idea what that meant. But the fear in Ethan's voice told her it was something worse than anything she could imagine. Chapter 6 412. Claire walked into the house at 10:30. Ethan was in the kitchen making coffee. He smiled when he saw her. A tight smile. His eyes looked tired. "How was the dentist?" "Fine. Just a cleaning. Nothing major." He nodded. "I made extra coffee if you want some." "Thanks." She poured herself a cup. Her hands were steady now. She had cried in the car for 20 minutes. She had screamed into her steering wheel until her throat hurt. She had let all of it out where nobody could see. Now she was calm, cold, focused. She sat at the kitchen table and sipped her coffee. Ethan sat across from her. They did not speak. The silence stretched between them like a test. Who would break first? Who would admit they knew? Who would say out loud the thing they were both thinking? Finally Ethan cleared his throat. "I need to run to the office for a few hours today. Will you be okay here with Lily?" "Sure. Call me if you need anything." "Okay?" "Okay." He left at 11. Claire watched his car pull out of the driveway. Then she waited 5 minutes. She went to the basement door. Still locked. She tried the handle twice. It did not budge. She needed the key. She searched the kitchen drawers. Nothing. She checked the coat closet. The junk drawer. The garage. No key anywhere. Then she remembered something. Ethan kept a spare key ring in his desk upstairs. His home office was usually off limits. But nothing was off limits anymore. She climbed the stairs and opened his office door. The room smelled like him. Coffee and cologne. The desk was neat, organized. She opened the top drawer. Pens, paper clips, sticky notes. The second drawer had files, tax documents, insurance papers. The third drawer was locked. She tried to force it open. The lock held. She looked around for something to pry it with. Then she noticed the small metal letter opener on the desk. She jammed it into the lock and twisted. The drawer popped open. Inside was a black leather folder. She opened it. Bank statements. But not their regular account. A different account. One she did not know existed. The balance made her dizzy. Negative $47,000. Overdraft notices going back 2 years. Payment reminders from something called Stream Hub Financial Services. Monthly charges. $5,000. Every month. For 24 months. Claire did the math. $120,000. Gone. Paid to the people who turned their house into a show. Paid to the people who filmed Lily sleeping. Paid to the people who threatened to take things to the next level. She kept digging. At the bottom of the drawer was a small brass key. She took it and went back downstairs. The key fit the basement lock. She turned it. The door opened. She flipped the light switch and descended into the room that was not supposed to exist. The monitors were on, all 6 of them, glowing in the darkness. But now they showed empty rooms. Kitchen, living room, hallway. No people, no movement. Just waiting. She sat in the chair. The same chair where she sat 3 days ago. The keyboard was in front of her. She touched the mouse. The screens changed. A menu appeared. File access, archive footage, live stream settings, and one option that made her breath catch. Viewer dashboard. She clicked it. A window opened showing real-time analytics. Current viewers 0. Peak viewers last stream 412. Average watch time 43 minutes. Revenue this month $11,000. She stared at the number. $11,000. From strangers watching her family. Watching Lily. Claire clicked through the archive files. Months of footage. Every day. Every hour. She opened a random file from 3 weeks ago. The video showed Lily eating breakfast. Claire was making coffee in the background. Everything looked normal. Then the camera angle switched. Now it showed Lily's face up close. She was smiling, talking about school. Claire could hear her own voice responding. But she did not remember this conversation. She did not remember this morning. Because it was just another morning. Just another day, and that was the point. This was not a dramatic moment. This was real life. Boring, mundane, and people were paying to watch it. People were paying to see a child exist. To see a family go through the motions. To see real surveillance of real people who had no idea they were performing. She clicked on another file. This one was from last night. Sunday night. The camera showed Lily's bedroom. The angle came from the ceiling corner. Lily was asleep. The timestamp showed midnight. Claire was not in the frame. Neither was Ethan. Just a sleeping child. And the video ran for 6 hours. She fast-forwarded. Nothing happened. Lily just slept. Sometimes she rolled over. Sometimes she kicked off her blanket. That was it. And somehow that made it worse. People were watching this. People were paying to watch a child sleep for 6 hours. What kind of person does that? What kind of world allows that? Claire exited the archive and clicked on live stream settings. A dialog box appeared. Stream status offline. Last broadcast 6 hours ago. Next scheduled broadcast today at 3 p.m. There was a toggle switch. She could turn it on right now. She could broadcast to whoever was watching. Or she could turn it off. She could shut the whole thing down. Her finger hovered over the mouse. Then she heard something. A notification sound. From somewhere in the room. She looked around. A phone was buzzing. Not hers. Not Ethan's regular phone. The second phone. She had left it in her purse upstairs. This was a different phone. She followed the sound. It came from inside the desk drawer. She pulled it open. A third phone. This one was old. Cheap. A burner phone. The screen showed 3 missed calls. All from unknown numbers. And one text message. "We see you down there. Turn the stream on now or we make the call." Claire's blood went cold. They were watching her. Right now. She looked up at the monitors. The cameras. If they had cameras in every room, then they had cameras in the basement too. She scanned the walls. The ceiling. Then she saw it. A small black lens embedded in the wall behind the desk. Pointed right at her. She stood up slowly. She raised her hand and waved. The phone buzzed again. "Good girl. Now turn it on. And bring Lily downstairs. We need family content today. Subscribers are waiting." Claire's hands shook. She looked at the toggle switch on the screen. Then she looked at the phone. Then she made a decision. She grabbed Lily's baby monitor from the shelf. The one they used when Lily was 2. The one she forgot was even down here. She unplugged it. She walked to the desk. She opened the drawer and took out the micro SD card. The one marked L. She shoved it in her pocket. Then she went to each monitor and yanked the power cords from the wall. The screens went black. The room went quiet. The phone buzzed again. And again. And again. She ignored it. She climbed the stairs. She locked the basement door behind her. She went upstairs to Lily's room. Her daughter was playing with dolls on the floor. Claire knelt beside her. Lily, we need to go somewhere for a little while. Just you and me. Can you pack your backpack with your favorite toys? Where are we going, Mommy? Somewhere safe. Is Daddy coming too? Claire hesitated. Then she shook her head. Not right now, sweetie. Just us. Lily looked confused, but she started packing. Claire went to her bedroom and grabbed clothes. Her wallet. Her keys. She needed to move fast. She needed to get Lily out before Ethan came home. Before whoever was watching decided to stop her. She ran downstairs with Lily. They got to the front door. Claire reached for the handle. She turned it. The door did not open. She tried again. Locked. But not with the regular lock. The deadbolt was engaged, and the deadbolt was electronic. She tried to turn it manually. It would not move. Her phone buzzed. A text from unknown. You can't leave until the stream is back on. That's the deal. You try to leave again and we call the police. We tell them you hurt your daughter. We have footage that proves it. You want to test us? Claire's legs went weak. She looked down at Lily. Her daughter stared up at her with big worried eyes. Mommy, why can't we open the door? Claire knelt down and pulled Lily close. She held her tight, and for the first time in years she did not know what to do. She did not know how to fix this. She did not know how to protect the one person she was supposed to protect above everything else. She was trapped in her own house, with her own child, and the people watching were not going to let them leave until they gave them what they wanted. Content, performance, pain, and Claire realized that the next level they threatened was not violence. It was this. It was taking away her choice. Taking away her freedom. Taking away her ability to walk out the door with her daughter and never look back. They had turned her home into a prison. And the lock was controlled by strangers with cameras and threats and money. And there was no key that could open it except the one they held. Chapter 7. The right evidence. Claire carried Lily upstairs. She tried to act normal. She turned on cartoons. She made lunch. Her hands moved automatically while her brain tried to find an answer. An escape. Anything. At 1:30 her phone rang. Not a text. A real call. From a number she did not recognize. She answered. Hello? Mrs. Miller? This is Detective Hargrove with Cherry Creek Police. I'm calling about a report we received regarding your address. Do you have a moment to talk? Claire's heart jumped. Someone called the police. Maybe they could help. Maybe this was the break she needed. Yes. Yes, I have time. What kind of report? Domestic disturbance. A neighbor said they heard yelling coming from your house last night. Said it sounded concerning. Is everything all right there? Claire thought back to last night. She did not yell. Nobody yelled. It was quiet. Too quiet. No, nobody was yelling here. But actually I do need to talk to you about something. Can you come to my house? I can stop by in about an hour. Will you be home? Yes. Please come as soon as you can. It's urgent. All right, I'll be there soon. He hung up. Claire felt a tiny spark of hope. The police were coming. She could show them the basement. The phones. The evidence. They would help. They had to help. She waited by the window. At 2:45 an unmarked car pulled up. A man in a suit got out. He was older. Maybe 55. Gray hair. Kind face. He reminded her of her uncle. He rang the doorbell. Claire opened it immediately. Detective Hargrove? That's right. You must be Mrs. Miller. He smiled. Mind if I come in? Please. He stepped inside and looked around. Nice place you got here. How long have you lived in this neighborhood? 5 years. Good area. Quiet. That's why the report surprised me. Usually don't get calls from this street. He pulled out a small notebook. So you said there was no yelling last night. Any idea who might have called it in? No. But detective, there's something much more serious happening. I need your help. His expression shifted. Still kind but more focused now. I'm listening. Claire glanced at the stairs. Lily was still watching television upstairs. She lowered her voice. My house is being surveilled. There are hidden cameras everywhere. Someone is streaming our lives to the internet. They're making money off us. Off my daughter especially. And they won't let us leave. The doors are locked remotely. I tried to take my daughter and go, but they stopped me. They threatened me, said they would call police and say I hurt her. They have edited footage. They can make it look like whatever they want. I need you to help us get out. Detective Hargrove's face did not change much. He nodded slowly. That's a serious allegation. Do you have proof of this surveillance? Yes. Downstairs in the basement. I can show you. And your husband? Where is he right now? At work. He's involved somehow. I think he's being blackmailed. Or he was. I don't know anymore. It's complicated. The detective wrote something in his notebook. I see. And when did you first notice these cameras? 3 days ago. I found a hidden room in the basement. It has monitors, equipment, everything. Did you confront your husband about it? Not directly. I'm afraid to. I don't know what he'll do. I don't know who else is watching. Hargrove closed his notebook. Mrs. Miller, I'm going to be honest with you. What you're describing sounds like a marital issue. Hidden rooms, secret equipment. Usually these situations involve infidelity. Maybe your husband has an online relationship. Maybe he's gaming with people. Maybe there's something going on between you two that needs to be worked out privately. I'm not saying your feelings aren't valid. But police involvement in domestic matters can make things messier. Especially when there's no immediate danger. Has anyone physically hurt you or your daughter? Claire felt the hope drain out of her. No, but that's not the point. They're watching us, filming us, making money off us. That's illegal, isn't it? Depends. If your husband owns the house and installed cameras for security purposes, then it's technically legal. Even if you didn't know about them. Spouses have different rights when it comes to home surveillance. It's murky legal territory. Now if you want to show me this basement room, I'm happy to look. But if I don't see evidence of a crime, then there's not much I can do officially. Please just look. That's all I'm asking. He nodded. All right, show me. Claire led him to the basement door. She unlocked it with the key. They went downstairs. The monitors were still unplugged. Dark. She turned on the lights. Hargrove looked around. He walked to the desk. He picked up one of the unplugged cords. Then he looked at her. You said they were streaming? Yes. Until I unplugged everything an hour ago. So right now there's no stream? Right. And you have proof of past streams? Claire pulled out the micro SD card from her pocket. It's all on here. Months of footage, chat logs, payment records, viewer counts, everything. Hargrove took the card. He examined it. I'll need to take this as evidence if you're filing a formal report. But Mrs. Miller, I need you to understand something. Even if this shows what you say it shows, the first question will be whether your husband had permission to film inside his own home. And legally he probably does. The second question will be whether you knew about it. And if the answer is no, then we're looking at a civil case between spouses. Not a criminal case. Divorce court. Not police investigation. You understand the difference? Claire felt tears building. So you're saying you can't help me? I'm saying this might not be the kind of help you need from police. You might need a lawyer. A family law attorney. Someone who specializes in digital privacy. That's not my department. He handed the card back to her. But I'll tell you what. I'll have our tech unit look at this card. See if there's anything criminal. Trafficking. Exploitation. If there is, we'll open a case. If not, I'll refer you to resources that can help with the other stuff. Fair enough? Before Claire could answer, her phone rang. She pulled it out. Her best friend Sonia. Claire answered. Hey, are you okay? I just saw a police car at your house. I'm fine. The detective is here now. I'll call you back. Wait, I'm coming over. Don't do anything until I get there. Okay? Promise me. Sonia, I need to handle this. Just wait 5 minutes. I'm right down the street. Please. Sonia hung up. Claire looked at Hargrove. My friend is coming over. That's fine. I'll wait. 3 minutes later, Sonia knocked on the front door. Claire let her in. Sonia was out of breath. She looked at the detective. Then at Claire. What's going on? Claire started to explain, but Sonia held up her hand. Hold on. Detective, can we have a moment alone? Just us girls? Hargrove nodded. Sure. I'll wait in my car. Mrs. Miller, you let me know if you want to file that report. He walked outside. As soon as he was gone, Sonia grabbed Claire's arm. What did you tell him? Everything. The cameras. The basement. The streaming. Sonia's face went pale. Claire, you can't tell police that. Not yet. Not without a lawyer. Why not? Because right now you look like a paranoid wife accusing her husband. And if Ethan finds out you went to police, he'll flip the story. He'll say you're unstable. He'll say you're making things up. And if they investigate, they'll find that basement room, and guess what? It's in his name, his equipment, his house technically. You'll look like the crazy one. You'll lose credibility. You might even lose custody of Lily if this goes to court. So what am I supposed to do? Sonia held out her hand. Give me your phone. What? Your phone, Claire. Give it to me. Right now. Why? Because if you've been texting anyone about this or searching for info or taking photos of evidence, then it's all on your phone. And if Ethan's lawyer subpoenas your phone, they'll use every word against you. They'll say you're documenting a case to frame him. They'll say you planted evidence. I've seen this before. I know how these things work. Give me your phone and I'll keep it safe until you talk to a real lawyer. Someone who can protect you. Claire stared at her friend. Sonia's eyes were wide. Urgent. I'm trying to help you here. Trust me. This is the right move. Claire slowly handed over her phone. Sonia took it and put it in her purse. Good. Now don't talk to that detective anymore. Don't file any reports. Just go upstairs and act normal until we figure out next steps. Okay? Sonia, I need help. I can't just sit here. You're getting help. But you have to do this smart. Not emotional. Smart. Promise me you'll wait. Claire nodded even though nothing felt right. Sonia hugged her tight. Then she left. Claire watched through the window as Sonia talked to Detective Hargrove in the driveway. They spoke for maybe 2 minutes. Then Hargrove got in his car and drove away. He did not come back inside. He did not take the SD card. He just left. And Claire stood there realizing that the one person who could have helped just walked away. And her best friend just took the one thing that connected her to the outside world. Her phone, her proof, her voice. And now she was more alone than she had ever been. Chapter 8: The Call. Ethan came home at 6. He walked in with takeout bags and a smile that did not reach his eyes. Claire sat at the kitchen table. Lily was upstairs taking a bath. The house smelled like fried rice and fear. I brought Chinese food. Thought we could use an easy dinner tonight. Claire did not respond. She just looked at him. He set the bags down. His smile faded. What's wrong? Police came today. His whole body went rigid. Why? Someone reported yelling from our house. Domestic disturbance. They sent a detective. What did you tell him? Everything. Ethan's face drained of color. He sat down hard in the chair across from her. Claire, what did you do? I showed him the basement. I gave him the evidence. I told him about the cameras. The streaming. All of it. Ethan put his head in his hands. When he spoke, his voice was barely a whisper. You just killed us. You know that, right? You just killed all 3 of us. I was trying to get help. There is no help. There's only keeping quiet and staying alive. And you just broke the one rule they gave me. Don't involve police. That was the rule. The only rule that mattered. And you broke it. I didn't know what else to do. You were supposed to trust me. I was handling it. I was figuring it out. I was going to get us out. But now? He laughed bitterly. Now they're going to come for us. Tonight. Tomorrow. Soon. And when they do, we won't be ready. Who are they, Ethan? Who's doing this to us? He looked up at her. His eyes were red. I don't know. I never met them. I only talked to one person on the phone. A recruiter. He said it was easy money. He said I'd just install some cameras. Film normal family stuff. Nothing weird. Nothing dangerous. Just real-life content for a subscription service. Rich people who like watching how normal families live. That's what he told me. I needed the money. I was drowning. I lost everything gambling. Our savings. Our emergency fund. Everything. I was going to lose the house. You were going to find out. I was going to lose you and Lily. So I said yes. I said yes to $50,000 and he gave me equipment and instructions. And at first it was fine. Just cameras in the living room. The kitchen. Boring stuff. But then they wanted more. They wanted Lily. They wanted closer angles. They wanted bathroom footage. Bedroom footage. And I said no. I tried to stop. But they said I owed them. They said the $50,000 was just a loan. They owned me now. They owned all of us. And if I didn't cooperate, they'd release edited footage to police. Footage that made it look like I was hurting Lily. Like I was doing things to her. Things I never did. Things I would never do. But the footage looked real. They're good at editing. And they said no jury would believe me. No judge would side with me. I'd lose everything. So I kept filming. I kept performing. I kept smiling and pretending everything was normal because that was the only way to keep her safe. Claire felt something crack inside her chest. Anger, pity, horror, all mixed together until she could not tell them apart. You sold our daughter. I was trying to save us. By letting strangers watch her sleep? By putting cameras in her bedroom? That's saving her? I didn't have a choice. You had a choice. You chose gambling over your family. You chose lies over truth. You chose money over Lily. And now we're all paying for it. Ethan stood up. His hands were shaking. I know what I did. And I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But right now we need to focus on surviving tonight. Because they're watching us. Right now. And they know you talked to police. They know you unplugged the stream. They know you're trying to fight back. And they will not let that happen. So we need to pack. We need to get Lily and leave. Right now. Before they stop us. The doors are locked remotely. Remember? I already tried to leave. Then we break a window. We do whatever it takes. But we leave. Now. Claire stood up too. She walked to the window and looked out at the street. Everything looked normal. Cars parked. Streetlights glowing. A neighbor walking a dog. No red sedan. No men in black jackets. Nothing suspicious. But that meant nothing. They could be anywhere. Watching from a parked car. Watching from another house. Watching through the cameras that were still active in places she had not found yet. She turned back to Ethan. Even if we leave tonight, where do we go? They know who we are. They know everything about us. They'll find us. Then we go to police. Real police. FBI maybe. Someone who handles cyber crimes. Human trafficking. Exploitation. They'll protect us. They have resources. And you'll go to jail. Probably. And Lily will lose her father. She'll lose both of us if we stay here. A sound interrupted them. A news alert on the television Lily left on upstairs. Claire heard the anchor's voice drift down. Breaking news tonight. Police are searching for a missing woman last seen 3 days ago. Marisol Vega, age 26. Family members say she works as a nanny in the Cherry Creek area and failed to show up for a family gathering Sunday night. Her car was found abandoned near a storage facility on Route 9. Anyone with information is asked to call the tip line below. Claire's blood went ice cold. She ran upstairs. The television showed Marisol's face. Smiling. Happy. The same face that walked through their door every weekday for 2 years. The same face that taught Lily the watching game. The same face that disappeared after getting into a red sedan with a man in a black jacket. Claire grabbed the remote and turned up the volume. Police say Vega's last known location was tracked to an address in Cherry Creek. They're currently investigating possible connections to her disappearance. No suspects have been named at this time. Ethan appeared in the doorway behind her. He saw the screen. His face went gray. They're framing us. What? They're setting us up. They took Marisol. They're going to say we did something to her. They're going to use that as leverage. Or as a distraction. Or both. And when police start investigating us, they'll find the basement. They'll find the cameras. They'll find everything. And we'll look guilty. We'll look like the monsters. Claire's phone buzzed. Except it was not her phone. She did not have her phone. Sonia took it. But something was buzzing. She followed the sound. It came from downstairs. From the basement. The second phone. Still down there on the desk. She ran down the stairs. Ethan followed. The phone screen glowed in the dark basement. A text message from unknown. Last known location was your house. Isn't that interesting? We wonder what police will find when they search. Maybe Marisol's clothes in your dryer? Maybe her DNA on your furniture? Maybe something worse? Maybe footage of you and Ethan arguing with her? We have it all ready to go. Just waiting for the right moment. Unless you want to cooperate. Unless you want to turn the stream back on and finish what you started. Your choice. You have 1 hour to decide. After that we send the evidence to Detective Hargrove. And then it's out of our hands. Ethan picked up the phone. His hands were shaking so hard he almost dropped it. We need to run. Right now. We take Lily and we run and we don't stop. But before Claire could answer, another sound cut through the house. The front door opening. They both froze. Someone was inside. Walking through their living room. Walking toward the basement. A voice called down the stairs. Familiar. Female. Calm. Claire? Ethan? You down there? I saw the news. I came to check on you. Sonia. Claire climbed the stairs. Sonia stood in the hallway holding a bag. She smiled, but it looked wrong. Too wide. Too practiced. I brought you dinner. Figured you might not feel like cooking tonight. Not after everything. How did you get in? You gave me a spare key. Remember? Last year when you went on vacation. Claire did not remember giving her a key. But maybe she had. Maybe it did not matter. Sonia walked past her into the kitchen. She set the bag on the counter. I made lasagna. Your favorite. Figured we could all eat together. Lily too. Where is she? Upstairs. Perfect. Go get her. Let's have a nice family dinner. Like normal people. Ethan appeared behind Claire. He stared at Sonia. What are you doing here? Helping. Like always. Sonia pulled out plates from the cabinet. She knew exactly where they were. Like she had done this before. Like she had been in this kitchen more times than Claire realized. You two look stressed. Sit down. Relax. Everything's going to be fine. Trust me. And that was when Claire saw it. On Sonia's wrist. A small tattoo. A black game controller. The same emoji from the second phone. The same symbol that marked every message from the people watching them. Claire's voice came out flat. You're one of them. Sonia smiled. One of them? Claire, I'm the only one. There is no them. There's just me. And my operation. And my cameras. And my subscribers. And my content. And your family. Which has been very profitable. Until you started causing problems. She pulled something from her bag. Not food. A gun. Small. Silver. She pointed it at Claire. Then at Ethan. Her voice stayed calm. Almost friendly. Now here's what's going to happen. You're going to sit down. You're going to smile. You're going to bring Lily down here. And we're going to turn that stream back on. Because tonight is finale night. Tonight subscribers get to see what happens when a family breaks. They've been waiting for this. They've been paying extra for this. And I always give my customers what they want. So let's make this easy. Let's make this quick. And maybe nobody gets hurt worse than they have to. Okay? Claire looked at Ethan. He looked back at her. And they both realized at the same moment that the person they trusted, the friend who brought coffee and comfort and advice, the neighbor who watched their house and knew their schedules and had a key to their door, was the monster they were running from all along. Chapter 9. The producer Sonia kept the gun steady. Her smile never wavered. Claire's mind raced through every coffee they shared, every playdate, every conversation where Sonia seemed to know just a little too much about what happened inside their house. All those times she showed up at the perfect moment. Always there, always watching, always one step ahead. You're probably wondering how long this has been going on. Sonia pulled out a chair and sat down. The gun stayed pointed at them. 2 years. Since the day you moved in. Actually, I moved in first. Bought the house down the street specifically for this. Location scouting. That's what we call it in the industry. I needed a neighborhood with young families, good income, photogenic houses, and you two were perfect. Ethan with his tech job. You with your freelance work from home. And Lily. Sweet little Lily. She was the hook. Subscribers love kids. Real kids. Not actors. Not staged content. Real surveillance of real childhood. That's the product. That's what sells. Ethan's voice was barely audible. I didn't know it was you. Of course you didn't. You thought you were dealing with some anonymous operation overseas. Some dark web syndicate. That's what the voice changer was for. That's what the burner phones were for. Mystery. Distance. Fear. Keeps people compliant. But it was just me. In my basement 3 houses down. Running everything. The cameras. The stream. The subscriber platform. The Bitcoin payments. I built this business from scratch. And you helped me. Both of you. You were my first success story. Claire found her voice. You said Ethan came to you for money. He did. Sort of. I found him first. In an online poker room. He was losing bad. Talking about how desperate he was. How his wife was going to leave him when she found out. Classic gambling addiction spiral. So I sent him a private message. Offered him a solution. Easy money for easy work. Just install some cameras. Film your normal life. Nothing illegal. Nothing weird. Wealthy people pay good money to watch how regular families actually live. It's like reality TV but real. And he believed me. Because he wanted to believe. Because he needed $50,000 and I was offering it. So he said yes. But that's not what happened. Claire's voice was flat. You didn't just film us. You exploited Lily. You sold footage of her. You made it worse on purpose. I optimized the content. That's business. Subscribers wanted more access. Closer angles. Bedroom footage. Bathroom footage. I delivered what the market demanded. And when Ethan tried to back out, I reminded him that he already signed a contract. Digital signature. Ironclad terms. He owed me. And if he didn't pay me back with content, then he'd pay me back with his freedom. I had enough edited footage to send him to prison for 20 years. So he kept filming, kept performing, kept smiling. Because that's what survivors do. They adapt. Ethan stepped forward. You're insane. Sonia laughed. I'm profitable. 6 figures a year from this house alone. And I have 8 other operations running right now. 8 other families. 8 other suburbs. 8 other friends who bring casseroles and sympathy while cameras watch everything. It's genius really. Nobody suspects the nice neighbor lady. Nobody thinks twice when I ask to borrow sugar or use the bathroom or watch Lily for an hour. I have access. I have trust. I have everything I need to make content that keeps subscribers coming back. And it was perfect until you started snooping Claire. Until you found that basement room. Until you talked to police. Now I have to shut this operation down. And that means loose ends. That means cleanup. That means you killed Marisol. Marisol was never a nanny. She was my employee, my installer. Her job was to upgrade the equipment while you were out. Add cameras to rooms you didn't check. Bathrooms, closets, Lily's dollhouse, everywhere. She did good work. But then she got cold feet. Said she felt bad for Lily. Said she wanted out. Same thing Ethan said. Same mistake. So I gave her a choice. Stay quiet and I pay her off. Or talk and I make her disappear. She chose to talk. So now she's gone. And her car is conveniently abandoned near a storage unit rented in Ethan's name. Paid for with his credit card. Which I cloned 6 months ago. See how this works? I own you. I own your digital footprint. I own your story. And when police find her body, they'll find Ethan's DNA all over it. Hair samples I collected from your bathroom. Fibers from his shirts. Skin cells from his razor. It's all there, waiting. And tomorrow when police search this house they'll find even more. And you'll both go to prison. And Lily will go into foster care. Unless what? Unless you cooperate one last time. We do a finale stream. Couple hours. Family drama. Tears. Confrontation. Subscribers love finales. They pay triple. And then I shut it down clean. I erase everything. I delete the footage of Marisol. I remove the evidence connecting you to her disappearance. I make it all go away. You get to keep your freedom. Keep your daughter. Keep your lives. All you have to do is perform. One last show. That's the deal. Claire felt rage replace fear. You actually think we'd agree to that? I think you love your daughter more than you hate me. And I think you're smart enough to know that dying here tonight doesn't save her. It just makes her an orphan. So yes, I think you'll agree. I think you'll do exactly what I say. Because that's what parents do. They sacrifice. They endure. They smile through pain if it means their kids survive. And I'm counting on that. I built my whole business model on that. Ethan's voice was cold. There's one thing you didn't count on. What's that? The micro SD card. The one Claire found. You didn't know about it. Sonia's smile faltered just slightly. What card? The one marked L. The one with all the original files. Before you edited them. Before you changed the story. The real files. Showing who really set this up. Who really built the cameras. Who really planned everything from the beginning. Claire pulled the card from her pocket. She had been holding it this whole time. Sonia's eyes locked onto it. Give me that. Right now. No. Give me that or I shoot you right here. Claire held it tighter. Go ahead. Shoot me. And then what? You still don't have the card. And it's already uploaded. I sent it to someone. A lawyer. Before you got here. Insurance. In case something happened to me. So if you kill us tonight that footage goes public. Everyone sees what's on it. Everyone knows the truth. She was lying. She had not sent it anywhere. But Sonia did not know that. And the lie bought them seconds. Precious seconds. Ethan moved fast. He grabbed the lasagna dish from the counter and threw it. Hot cheese and pasta hit Sonia's face. She screamed and fired. The shot went wide. Hit the wall. Ethan tackled her. They both went down hard. The gun skittered across the floor. Claire dove for it. Her fingers closed around the grip. She pointed it at Sonia. Don't move. Sonia wiped tomato sauce from her eyes. She started laughing. You won't shoot me. You're not a killer, Claire. You're a mom. You're a good person. You don't have it in you. Try me. The laughing stopped. Sonia looked at Claire's face. And something shifted. She saw it now. The line that had been crossed. The mother who would do anything to protect her child. Even kill. Even become the monster. To stop the monster. Sonia raised her hands slowly. Okay. You win. Just don't shoot. Claire's hands were shaking but her voice was steady. Ethan, call 911. Tell them we have an armed intruder. Tell them to send everyone. Ethan pulled out his phone. But before he could dial, the basement door opened. And Lily walked out. Her face was confused, scared. She looked at her mother holding a gun. At Sonia on the floor. At her father covered in lasagna. Mommy? What's happening? Claire's heart shattered. Baby, go back upstairs. Right now. Please. But I heard yelling. I heard a loud sound. I was scared. I know, sweetheart. But everything's okay now. Just go to your room and wait for us. We'll come get you in a minute. I promise. Lily did not move. She was frozen, staring, taking in every horrible detail of this moment that would mark her forever. The moment she saw her mother point a gun at her favorite neighbor. The moment her childhood ended. And Claire knew, no matter how this ended tonight, no matter what happened next, Lily would never forget this. Would never be the same. And that was the real cost. Not the money, not the freedom, the innocence, the safety, the belief that home was a place where nothing bad could touch you. That was what Sonia stole. What Ethan allowed to be stolen. What Claire failed to protect. And there was no way to give it back. If this story helped you see something in a new way, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. These stories work best when they travel. Chapter 10 Live Broadcast. The police came in 4 cars. Sirens wailing. Lights flashing red and blue across the quiet suburban street. Neighbors opened doors and stepped onto porches. Everyone watching. Everyone recording on phones. Claire sat on the front steps with Lily wrapped in a blanket. Ethan stood nearby talking to detectives. His voice was low, broken, confessing everything. Sonia sat in the back of a police car. Still smiling, even with handcuffs on, even with her business collapsing around her. She looked directly at Claire through the window. And mouthed 2 words. Not over. Detective Hargrove walked over to Claire. He sat beside her on the steps. I owe you an apology. I should have taken you seriously this afternoon. I should have looked closer. I'm sorry. Claire did not respond. She just held Lily tighter. The girl had not spoken since coming downstairs. She just stared at nothing with those big eyes that used to be full of light. Now they were empty, waiting, processing something no 7-year-old should ever have to process. We'll need you to come to the station tomorrow. Give a full statement, but for tonight you're free to stay somewhere else if you want. Family? Hotel? We can arrange protection if you're worried. I want to stay here. Are you sure? This house has been through a lot tonight. Might be better to get some distance. This is our home. I'm not letting her take that too. Hargrove nodded. He stood up. All right, we'll have officers parked outside tonight. Just in case. And we'll be removing equipment from the basement over the next few days. Crime scene techs need to document everything. But you can stay. You're safe now. Safe. The word felt hollow. Claire watched the police cars pull away one by one. Watched Sonia disappear into the night. Watched the neighbors slowly retreat back inside their houses with stories to tell. And she realized that safety was an illusion. You could lock doors and install alarms and trust the people around you and still end up here. Still end up violated. Still end up sitting on your front steps at midnight holding your daughter and wondering how you missed all the signs. How you let a monster live 3 houses down for 2 years. How you smiled and waved and shared coffee with the person destroying your family frame by frame. She carried Lily upstairs and put her to bed. The girl's eyes were still open. Still staring. Claire sat on the edge of the bed. I know tonight was scary, baby. But it's over now. The bad person is gone. We're safe. You're safe. And I promise nothing like this will ever happen again. Lily's voice came out small. Is Daddy a bad person too? The question hit like a fist. Claire did not know how to answer. She settled for partial truth. Daddy made some mistakes. Big mistakes. But he loves you. He was trying to protect you. Even when he did things wrong. He was always trying to keep you safe. Did he know about the cameras? Yes. Did he know people were watching me sleep? Yes. Lily's face crumpled. Tears finally came. I thought my room was private. I thought nobody could see me. But they could. They saw everything. They saw me change clothes. They saw me in the bath. They saw me cry when I was sad. They saw all my secrets. And I didn't know. I didn't know, Mommy. Claire pulled her close. Let her cry. Let it all pour out. The violation. The betrayal. The loss of the one space that should have been hers alone. And Claire cried too. For the daughter she could not protect. For the husband she thought she knew. For the life they would never get back. Later that night, after Lily finally fell asleep, Claire went down to the basement. The door was still open. The room was empty now. Police had taken most of the equipment. But the desk was still there. The monitors were still mounted on the wall. Dark now. Offline. She sat in the chair and looked at the blank screens. And she made a decision. She pulled out her laptop. Connected to the house Wi-Fi. Found the Stream Hub platform that Sonia had built. The subscriber portal was still active. 412 active accounts. People who paid monthly to watch her family. People who logged in every day to see new content. To watch Lily grow up. To witness their most private moments. She looked at the chat history. Thousands of messages. Some curious. Some concerned. Some absolutely disgusting. Comments about Lily that made her stomach turn. Comments about herself that made her feel filthy. Comments asking for more. Always more. Never satisfied. Never human. Just consumers demanding a product. She found the broadcast settings. The stream was offline, but she could turn it on. Right now, she could go live to all 412 subscribers. And they would see her. Sitting here in the empty basement. Looking directly at them. She toggled the switch. A red light appeared on her laptop camera. She was live. The viewer count started climbing. 10, 20, 50. Within minutes it was back to 412. Everyone tuning in to see what happened. Everyone wanting to know if the show would continue. She looked into the camera and spoke. My name is Claire Miller. This is my house. This is my family you've been watching. And tonight I want you to see something real. Not edited. Not performed. Not content. This is me. A mother. A wife. A woman who was violated by someone she trusted. Someone who sold access to my child. Someone who turned our lives into entertainment for profit. And you all paid for it. Every one of you watching right now. You paid money to watch a little girl sleep. You paid money to see our private moments. You paid money to consume us. And I want you to know that I see you too. I see your usernames. I see your payment information. I see your IP addresses. And tomorrow I'm turning all of it over to police. Every single one of you will be investigated. Every single one of you will have to explain why you paid to watch surveillance footage of a child. Some of you might go to jail. Some of you might just lose your jobs. Your families. Your reputations. But all of you will be exposed. Because that's what you deserve. You don't get to hide behind screens anymore. You don't get to be anonymous voyeurs. You're participants. You're complicit. You're the reason this industry exists. So look at my face. Remember it, because when you see it again it won't be on a stream. It'll be in court. It'll be in the news. It'll be everywhere. And everyone will know what you are. She reached for the camera. But before she shut it off she heard something. A sound from upstairs. Lily's voice. Singing. Faint. Dreamlike. The lullaby. The same one that played on repeat in the basement. The same one that marked every bedtime for 2 years. The same one that sounded broken when it came through hidden speakers. But now it was pure. Clear. Unfiltered. Just a little girl singing herself to sleep. Finding comfort in the familiar even after everything shattered. And Claire realized that's what they would do. They would rebuild. They would find new routines. New safety. New trust. It would take time. It would take work. It would take therapy and hard conversations and probably years of healing. But they would survive this. Because they had no choice. Because giving up meant Sonia won. And Claire was not about to let that happen. She shut off the stream. Deleted the account. Wiped the subscriber database. Then she took a hammer from the garage and smashed every piece of equipment left in that basement. The desk. The chair. The monitor mounts. Everything. She swung until her arms ached. Until sweat dripped down her face. Until the room looked like a crime scene instead of a studio. Then she went upstairs, took a shower, washed the last 2 years down the drain, and climbed into bed next to Ethan, who was lying awake staring at the ceiling. I destroyed it all. Good. Police might need it for evidence. I don't care. They lay in silence. Then Ethan spoke again. His voice was raw. I'm going to turn myself in. Tomorrow. I'll tell them everything I did. All my mistakes. All my choices. I'll plead guilty. I'll take whatever sentence they give me. You and Lily don't deserve to be tied to this. You deserve a fresh start. Without me. Claire thought about it. Part of her wanted to agree. Wanted to kick him out. File for divorce. Erase him from their lives. But another part. The part that remembered who he was before the gambling. Before the cameras. Before everything broke. That part still saw the man she married. The father who read bedtime stories. The husband who made her coffee every morning. That man was still in there somewhere. Buried under mistakes and fear and desperation. And maybe he could be found again. Maybe. We'll figure it out together. As a family. That's what families do. They don't run when things get hard. They stay. They fight. They rebuild. Ethan turned to look at her. His eyes were wet. Why would you want to stay? Because Lily needs a father. Because I still love you. Even though I hate what you did. And because I think you can be better. I think you can fix this. But it's going to take time. And work. And honesty. No more secrets. No more lies. If we do this, we do it transparent. Completely. You tell me everything. I tell you everything. We heal or we break. But at least we know which one it is. He nodded. I'll tell you everything. I promise. Every stupid choice I made. Every moment I should have stopped. I'll tell you all of it. And I'll spend the rest of my life making this right. I swear, Claire. I'll make this right. They held each other in the dark. Two broken people in a broken house trying to find one good reason to believe tomorrow would be different. Outside the street was quiet again. The police were gone. The neighbors were asleep. The cameras were off. For the first time in 2 years they were truly alone. Truly private. Truly safe. And that should